Hello and very good morning to all of you. I hope that you all have gone through the explanation of part first. Today we will continue with the part second of the chapter on the face of it. Please listen to the explanation carefully. Dear students, in the previous session we read about Mr. Lamb, an old man who had a thin leg, and Derry, a young boy who got a burnt face. We also saw that Derry was full of negativity, but Mr. Lamb tried to generate a ray of hope in him. Now let's see further that did Derry's viewpoint change? Previously, when Mr. Lamb gave the examples of weeds, crab apples, spiders that people could see and discuss, after that, Derry then commented that all other examples were just things. Mr. Lamb had a positive and optimistic attitude towards life. He felt that beauty is relative and reminded Derry of beauty and beast, just like beautiful creation is related to ugliness. Derry gave his opinion, stating that he had heard the fairy tales saying that beauty is not related to one's appearance. Rather, inner beauty matters. He remembered the story in which a beautiful girl loved a beast for who he was and kissed him, and the beast changed into a handsome prince. But here, Derry is filled with bitterness. He said that he don't believe in fairy tales. His face will always remain the same and nobody would ever kiss him. He also said that his mother kissed him, but that too on the good side of his face. Mr. Lamb asked him that did Derry ever wanted to kiss someone? To which Derry replied that no one would ever allow him to do so. Next, when Derry said he would never look different and will have only half face, Mr. Lamb replied that the world has many other things and he must look at its beauty. Then Derry asked various questions related to garden, about Mr. Lamb's thin leg, etc. Derry also told that how other people tried to teach him about having a positive attitude and outlook, and how he might be thankful as there are various others who were in worse conditions. But this all would not change his face. Mr. Lamb told him to look at other beautiful things and not care about his face. Derry then narrated an incident which happened at the bus stop. He heard two women talked about his face, that he had such a terrible face that only his mother could love him and no one else could. He was hurt. Then Mr. Lamb advised him not to believe everything that he hears. Mr. Lamb gave an example and told that people considered the buzzing sound of the bees as noise, but for him it was a song sung by the bees. Derry found Mr. Lamb's words strange and told him that he couldn't understand his questions. He further told that he came in the garden as he liked it. Mr. Lamb questioned that would he have entered the garden had he seen Mr. Lamb? Derry replied to this in negative. Next, Derry said that if he would have entered the garden knowing that Mr. Lamb was there, it would be trespassing. Trespassing means entering without permission. Derry told he doesn't like being near people. Mr. Lamb suggested him to lock himself up in a room forever. Then Mr. Lamb started narrating a story about a man who was afraid to die. He feared each and everything and locked himself in a room. The man thought that he would meet with an accident with a bus. He would catch infection from someone if he goes out. The lightning might hit him. A donkey might kick him to death. Or he may slip off a banana peel and people would laugh at him and he might die because of embarrassment. Or maybe he may die because the girl whom he loved may leave him. Then Derry asked that was the man able to save himself? To which Mr. Lamb told that unfortunately he died in that same room as a picture fell off the wall on his head. Derry laughed a lot at the story and said that Mr. Lamb narrated strange talks. Actually, dear students, Mr. Lamb, through this story, wanted to show Derry that one cannot hide oneself or shun society just because of some fear. One should enjoy life as it comes. Next, Derry asked what Mr. Lamb did all day. He said he sat in the sun reading books. Derry noticed that there were no curtains on the window of Mr. Lamb's house. Mr. Lamb replied that he was not fond of curtains as they shut things out. He liked transparency, light, and the darkness, and to hear the wind. Derry also said that he liked the rain falling on the roof. To this, Mr. Lamb said that Derry was not lost, which means that he was present minded, as he could hear and there was still a sensitive part in his heart, but it was hidden because of the bitterness. Derry told Mr. Lamb that even his family pitied on him. They thought about his future and what would he do with that face. They felt that it would be difficult for him to get on in this world with such face. Mr. Lamb told him that he was better than all the rest as he had everything like two arms, two legs, two eyes, two ears, etc. So this way he had much of which others were deprived of. Then next, Derry asked Mr. Lamb if he had any friends. Mr. Lamb told him that everyone was his friend as the gate remained open for everybody. Even Derry was his friend. Derry was confused and asked him how they were friends when Mr. Lamb did not even know his name. Mr. Lamb did not consider this important. He did not need Derry's particulars to be his friends. At this point, Derry chose to tell him his name. He said it was Derek, but he hated being called that. He wanted to be called Derry. He even said that he might not visit the place again and they would not remain friends. When Mr. Lamb asked the reason, he replied that one crosses many people in a day, might speak to a few, and may never see them again, which doesn't mean they were friends. Mr. Lamb commented that it did not mean that they were enemies even. Derry said they were nothing but just people. He told Mr. Lamb that he hated some people. Mr. Lamb told that hatred is more dangerous than the acid that burned only his face. Mr. Lamb said that a bomb explosion blew up his leg. But there were worse things that could happen, like one could burn himself from inside by the negative feelings. Derry then narrated another incident about the time when he returned home after the accident. He heard someone said that he would have been better in the hospital with others like him. So like him here means the same as he was with a burnt face. Derry added that people think that all the disabled people should remain together at one place. Mr. Lamb contradicted it by asking what kind of a word would that be. Derry said that at least no one would stare at the other because all of them were similar. Mr. Lamb asked Derry that did he mean that he was like all other people with burnt faces just because they had similar appearance. He added that everybody was different. Derry was amazed and got confused. He asked Mr. Lamb that how he understood all these things. Mr. Lamb told that our habits of watching, listening, and thinking differently made us different from each other. I repeat those habits, which were watching, listening, and thinking. When Derry said that he liked Mr. Lamb's garden and house, Mr. Lamb told him to come whenever he wished to, as whatever belonged to him belonged to everybody. Derry told Mr. Lamb that his friends would run away at seeing Derry's face. Mr. Lamb told him to take a chance, that it was a risk he had to take. Derry said that Mr. Lamb had to choose out of him and other visitors, as he would lose others if Derry would come there. Actually, students, Mr. Lamb wanted Derry that he had to come out of his shell and shed his bitterness if he wanted to live life to the fullest. Mr. Lamb told that when he went out on streets, kids teased him, although they visited his garden. They were not scared of him. Then Derry asked Mr. Lamb that how he was going to get the apples down since his leg was blown off and he had a tin leg. Mr. Lamb assured him that over the years he had learned to deal with his handicap. Then Derry again, with a negative aspect, added that if he climbed the tree alone, fell from it and broke his neck and would die, then Derry asked him if he could help Mr. Lamb pluck the apples. But his mother won't allow him to come out once he would go back home. He said, although he was 14 years of age, but he was supposed to tell her where he was. Mr. Lamb told that people were having a habit of worrying, but Derry thought that they had a habit of fussing. Mr. Lamb told Derry to go home, inform his mother, as he had legs and he could then return. Derry again stressed that his mother would actually not allow him to return back there. Mr. Lamb told Derry that it was not Derry's mother, but Derry's bitterness and hesitation that won't let him get out. Mr. Lamb excited Derry by saying that he was a young boy and he could do anything he chose to, as the power of choosing what one wants lies in one's own hands. Derry asked how he could do that. Mr. Lamb told him to wait, watch, listen, and think. Then a small heated argument took place between them. Derry asked various other questions related to the visitors, their conversation with Mr. Lamb, their names, etc. And then he said bluntly that he supposed that nobody visited him, no one cared for him, or even Mr. Lamb was mentally challenged. Then Mr. Lamb repeated that it was a good excuse for not returning to the garden, as Derry does not have guts to fight the odds. His burnt face is just an excuse. Derry became infuriated and mocked the tin leg of Mr. Lamb. He blamed Mr. Lamb for being just like other people and told that Mr. Lamb was either sorry or scared because of Derry's burnt face. Or maybe he would think that Derry was ugly like a devil. After that, he left that place shouting and promising that he would return back to Mr. Lamb's garden. But Mr. Lamb knew that no one ever returned. The second scene began in Derry's house. He was fighting with his mother as he wanted to return to Mr. Lamb, and his mother was not allowing him to go. She said that she had been warned by many people that Mr. Lamb appeared to be an eccentric. Eccentric here means abnormal. Derry told her not to believe what others said, but she warned him what was required to be known. But Derry insisted that he wanted to go. For the first time in his life, someone had shown him the right way. He wanted to talk to Mr. Lamb about the things that mattered to him. He wanted to sit there and listen to things like bees singing. His mother told him to stay, but Derry told her that he hated it. She didn't react and excused him for speaking wrong and awful things because of his face. Derry strongly replied that he didn't care about his face anymore. He announced that he would go back in the garden. His mother tried to stop him, but he ran away. So here, dear students, we saw that the transformation had begun in Derry. Now the third and the final scene shifted to Mr. Lamb's garden again. Mr. Lamb was talking to himself while plucking the apples. Suddenly, a harsh sound of cracking wood was heard and the ladder fell on the ground. Derry reached there all out of breath and found Mr. Lamb lying on the ground. Mr. Lamb had fallen down along with the ladder. Derry tried to awaken him, but Mr. Lamb was unmoving. He was probably dead. Derry had lost his only friend and he began to cry. Dear students, I think Mr. Lamb was able to do what he had been trying. He had been able to change Derry and he had taught Derry how to live life. So here ends the explanation of the chapter. Please do not hesitate to clear your doubts. Thank you.